Hello everyone, welcome to Ashley Lancelot Show. Today it's going to be a D&D story, 4 I believe. It's going to be about Barbarian from 2004 to all the way to 3 stories, one on 3.5, Pathfinder, and the 3.5 one is basically as your 2-part story. That started in 2008, 2003, beginning 2004. We had a friend of ours, basically created a half-orc Barbarian. It was a very not that charismatic, but very intellectual half-orc barbarian that very rare to see in a half-orc. You usually carry a bag of soot around and use that bag of soot on things that are invisible, so we hit it and kill it. And the other one was that once we went into a dungeon, all 4 of us got trapped by stepping on a nice rug. The rug was animated, wrapped us around, felt a grapple reflex, and next thing you know, we were being squeezed by an animated rug. Later on, the half-orc started to bite and chew off a chunk of a rug with his mouth until we were loosened to kill a rug, an animated rug. So that was kind of fun to see that 3.5 version of a first time actually experiencing half-orc barbarian actually doing that. Half-orc barbarian weapon or bare hands sharp and they're right thing well. Usually barbarian can actually eat almost about anything that's disgusting, but when I get any fails for it, biting off of a giant mosquito head off with his mouth and time counter, and that was disgusting and but cool at the same time. Second one for 3.5 is an elf barbarian. Very rare to see an elf becoming a barbarian. But this one is not intellectual elf as well. It's just very more buff. Roll around and attacking things as fit. Every time he rages, everyone laughs. How he rage. As an elf barbarian, it's very hilarious and cute at the same time. Just think of Legolas. Not as buff, skinny, screaming out the top of his lung like an orc. That's kind of like that. The 5th edition one that we experienced was the gnome stonekin barbarian, wild and psychotic at the same time. Usually will attack any innocent civilians or in town or anyone that holds precious gem or anything that's shiny that's worth to catch his eyes. So basically, he will go and rip a girl's hand off to take the gem and stuff, and he is pretty much banned from most of the towns going into. A lot of time, the party member basically jump him, tie him up, shove his body up to his neck in the bag of holding, and put him on the adventurer's back. And it's very fun to see a little gnome head sticking out the bag of holding. A lot of time they've been hog-tied. A lot of time he was incapacitated sleep spells. A lot of things. This gnome will literally grab things that he should be grabbing, like a cursed item, doing the opposite, harming the party member. But in the end, he has a hoard of treasure and gems and cursed items inside of a snow globe that I have created. Has a little castle inside of it, filled with frost and brimstone, so he made his own home. Every time a player needs a tank or a psychotic gnome to go attack and kill things, you use a snow globe and say the name and he summoned out. Other says this gnome tried to kill several of the lords and especially high-powered creatures that used to be used talking point for a quest to go on forward. Funny thing is that this gnome tried to attack a high-level lord as a vampire of a castle, and basically paralyzed him, levitated him, asked that if you stop, I will let you live, and he said he will. I to vampire lord's face, tried to do it again, then 5 party members jumped him, hog-tied him, and aggravated again. So that was a very interesting experience dealing with a gnome barbarian. Usually, barbarians are usually half orc or human. Very rarely on elf, gnome, and halfling. I have seen a halfling, barbarian, but the guy that hasn't played as much to conjure up a story for it. Pathfinder is my character that I play with one of my close buddies and friends. It's a rat folk barbarian. Sadly, got killed because I wasn't that there for facing Helion in the Rustlord Iron God campaign in Pathfinder. So, well, this rat folk looks like a feral creature when it rages. So no one likes to be around him because it looks like he has rabies. Rat folk small size, the same size of a gnome or a halfling. But he's very strong for rat folk because most of his stats on strength alone and constitution. So basically, he hates dwarves. Dwarves are the things he hates the most because the rat folks are packs and they usually live underground and crash. That's why every time he goes to town, goes to tavern, find a dwarf, nicest beard, very eccentric, and have a very greatest day of his life. Buys him a drink until has incapacitated and drunk. Looks around when no one's watching, slowly shave off his. And the next day, and goes check up on that clean shaven dwarf. Dwarf is shaved, covering his face, crying because his beard is shaved. Now, most very uncommonly, dwarves do shave their beard. The majority of the time, their beard is all they have. So, dominance over people. Well, that's what I like to do, and I usually collect those dwarven hair, weave it in cloaks, shirts, hats, nets, and yeah, usually made a disguise beard for myself as a half rat folk barbarian. I mean, so half orc as a half rat folk dwarf, but a lot of time people see it as rat folk wearing some mismatched colored beard, hair from the rat folk. That was very fun to do. So that's well while it lasted. But those are the stories from my barbarians. Let me know what their next story you'll be talking about. Sorcerer, Bard, and we have Cleric left. I can go to prestige classes. I know I met some people with prestige classes, but not as much. There's like one or two warlocks people played in my campaign, and there's a lot of things about warlock I really do not like it. Well, traps, anything you guys want to talk about, let me know down in the comments below. I'll read it and creation of it. And I'll shout your guys' name out as well. If you like the video, subscribe, like, the notification bell for more of our videos. I'll talk to you later and have a great day.